Have you ever wondered or even considered the history of your used car? The highs and lows, the love or neglect that it may have endured. You see, there's a lot of history hidden in these old cars as well as within us. Often when working on them, we discover some of that lost history. And just sometimes we revisit ours as well. Whether we are conscious of it or not, we tend to be drawn to certain things due to some historic interactions. And cars, of course, are no exception. When you're old like me, there's almost always a story I can relate to a car. And the Hilux here certainly has a story. Two, in fact. The Ningies, and then how it relates to me.
Now, the history on the old Ningy Nugget here is pretty scarce to say the least, but I can tell you that it started life in Australia, in northern Queensland, in a town known as Proserpine. It was purchased on the 28th of the 2nd, 1984 by a company known as Maceville Pty Limited. From Philby's Toyota Main Street, Proserpine, they're still there today. In its first year, it travelled 11,000 kilometres, and it was still a local car up until 5 years later, 1989, when the last recorded service was in the logbook done by Philby's Toyota at 57,000 kilometres. Now, at some point, she made her way up further to Townsville, where sacrilegiously the rear bed was removed and an aluminium tray was installed, probably for better or more practicality. And I know that probably mid to late 90s, a Holden FM AM CD player stereo was installed. And then she basically disappeared off the radar until 2020, when a young guy found it and picked it up off a farm in Noosa, of all places. So she's gotten around. He proceeded to put it up as is on Facebook Marketplace, where yours truly, over-enthusiastic, underqualified DIYer, took hold of the old girl and gave her a definite reprieve from the scrappers, I would say, to what you see here today. When organising to purchase this beauty, I was offered two choices: a white Hilux or this yellow one. Why did I go yellow? Well, here's my story. In my early teens, my father was a basically manager or foreman for a concrete construction company. And when he came on board, he got to use an RN46 aluminium tray yellow four-wheel drive Hilux for a year or so before they updated to an YN65, which is the diesel version of this ute. And it was the exact same bloody colour with an alloy tray. And it was the first time that Dad had let me get behind the wheel, I think I was about 14, and drive the ute home on the back roads. We lived out of Brisbane a little bit, on the back roads for about 5k. So I guess that's my story and how this truck has related to me. History. This was a massive achievement for me in recent history, and for the Hilux. Not everyone can attest to restoring a car to such an extent. Am I crazy? Perhaps. When I look back at what the Hilux looked like, it shocks me how bad and tired it really was compared to where it is now. Then on a whim, I wondered if I could find an original rear bed, and lucky enough I did, and locally here on the Gold Coast. And the final piece of the puzzle, while searching for images on Google, up popped the picture of a yellow Hilux identical to this, and it became my inspiration. I just kept looking at it, saying, that is what the Ningy Nugget will look like. Driving the Ningy Nugget ain't no cherry pie. It drives like a 1984 truck, drives like a tractor. That's not, look, when it's driving at top gear or at 60, 70, 80, even up to 100 easily in the 5-speed, it's pretty good, it's pleasurable. But you know,
driving in a car park or on bumpy roads like this, it's not enjoyable. What is enjoyable is the response from people when they see what I've done to the Nugget. She gets claps, beeps, nods, tradies everywhere giving me the old, you know, that's what's really enjoyable about it. That's why I like taking it out, and I like to show it off, obviously. But other than that, it's a mongrel to drive. No power steering, no air conditioning, rigid suspension. Oh look, we've got some kangaroobies. Gonna watch them. Hey Skip, where'd you go, Skip? There you go. They ran away. It needs a carby tune-up. The carby kit's sitting at home. I just don't want to pull it apart. I'm over it, really. If I get the premium dollars that I want for it, well, I'll take the mechanic and I'll get them to install it. We'll run the kit through it. It drives okay, but everything's got a little hiccup, and it leaves you lurching in the middle of traffic. Would I do it again? Look, if I make the money on this, yes, I will, but I don't know, I have my doubts. One moment I think I'll get top dollar for it, and then I see a little problem that I might have missed, and then I think, oh, maybe I can't ask that kind of money.
Thank you to all those who followed this monumental build with me. Your constant comments and words of encouragement really help, especially at those times when I had had enough. Without you, I doubt I would have made it to the finish line. Now the most documented Hilux on the tubes will live on like an immortal being, forever there to help others rescue and restore their rides. And soon the Ningy Hilux will move on to hopefully a new doting owner who will cherish and treat her like the rare gem she is.
Hope you enjoyed today's finale to the Hilux. You'll probably see it around in the background until we sell it. But yeah, hope you enjoyed that. Go and check out my other socials. I'll put them here somewhere. You'll see regular updates on Instagram and TikTok. If you find something that you like and you enjoy, and it's something that you've got a bit of passion for, buy it. If it's run down, fix it. And if you want to keep it, keep it. But if not, flip it. Have some bloody fun on the way. Learn some gear, learn some stuff. Get in the shed. I get to meet new people all the time because of the Nugget. Honestly, I've made like dozens of new friends who are all car people like myself. Nothing wrong with being a car person. So yeah, find a buy it, fix it, flip it, have some fun along the way. Remember Rushy, and we'll catch you next time on Flip My Ride.